Welcome, YouTubers. This is Team Blue Falco with a deck profile of my boys Fluffals, and let's get it started.
Alright. So for the Fluffal monsters, I play one owl. I can either pay 500 and use this as a fusion spell, or search Polly. One cat, use it as a fusion material, and it's sent to the graveyard. I can recycle the Polly. Bear lets me search and set toy vendor straight from the deck. 3 dog. Dog's literally the Rhoda of the deck. It's ridiculous. It lets me search any of the Fluffal monsters or even Edgem Sabers. 3 mouse. This lets me summon up to two more copies of itself during my main phase, but the only restriction is I can only summon Fright for monsters that turn. Then triple wings. With this and another Fluffal in the graveyard and toy vendor face up on my side of the field, I can banish it plus another Fluffal, draw 1, destroy the toy, optionally destroy the toy vendor, draw again, then I get toy vendor's grave effect. Onto my edge imps, I play 3 chain. When it declares an attack, it lets me add another copy of itself, and when it's sent from, I believe, hand or field? Yeah, hand or field to the graveyard, I get to search a Fright for spell or trap. Then 2 sabers, when this is in the graveyard, I can top deck 1 card and special it back in defense. For my other monsters, I play 2 King of the Swamp. I get to search Polly or use this as either one of these. Basically, it won't take the place of an actual Fluffal monster, from what I've learned from experience here. Double Maxi, pretty standard. Every deck pretty much plays it now. Then this is a personal tech choice. It's probably something this deck doesn't usually do. 1 glow bulb. I was able to incorporate like 2 synchros into this that I'll get to when I get to the extra deck. And that's it for monsters. On to spells. I play 1 fusion recovery. This lets me recycle a fusion material and Polly from my graveyard. Raigeki, pretty standard. Foolish Burial lets me send either Glow Bulb or Fluffal Wings to the graveyard. Upstart, self-explanatory. And for my fusion spells, I play 2 instant fusion and 2 Fright for fusion, and then 3 Polly. This lets me, well, Polly's pretty standard. Fright for fusion, I get to use either monsters on my side of the field or in my graveyard, but I banish them to make a Fright for monster. Instant fusion's pretty self-explanatory. Then to round off my spells, triple toy vendor. I get to pitch 1 card from my hand. Excavate the top card? No, it's draw it. If it's a Fluffal monster, I reveal it, and I get to special summon any monster from my hand. And when this is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, I can search either a Fluffal or Sabers. So basically, it's a spell version of dog. Onto traps, I play Solemn Warning. Vanities, those are pretty standard. Then 2 fusion reserves. This is technically a slower version of no, actually no, it's not even a slower version. I reveal 1 fusion monster, and I take one of the fusion materials listed from the deck and add it from my deck to hand, and I can recycle Polly from my graveyard. That rounds off my main deck. Onto the extra deck. For my Fright Fears, I play 1 bear. When he destroys a monster by battle, I get to steal it and equip it to itself, and it gains 1,000. 2 sheep. Once per turn, when this dies, it can come back from the graveyard 400 points stronger. 2 tiger. This lets me destroy cards on the field up to the number of fusion materials we used to make it. 2 wolf. kind of the same way as Tiger, but instead of destroying cards, it lets me attack them many times. Materials it takes to make it. Then to round off my Frifers, I play Triple Sabertooth. Make this with 3 or more materials, and it cannot be destroyed by battle or card effect. And it also lets me special summon a Frifer monster from my graveyard when it's summoned. Pretty gross. Then onto my instant fusion targets. Norden, pretty self-explanatory, and I play 1,000 Eyes Restrict. This actually won me a game against I think it was Metal Foes when I decided to play this against them. It was hilarious. I play 1 rank 4 Castel. Now onto the 2 synchros. 1 Nap Beast, Global plus Dog. Mill the top 2 cards of your deck, negate a spell. It's hilarious. It's ridiculous how often I can actually make this. Then round off the extra deck, Trish. This doesn't come up as much as Nat Beast, but I've made it since I put Global in. I made it like 6 times, and was actually able to get its effect off.
Nice.
You got any questions? 'Cause that's all I got.
Well, that's all for today, pretty much. It seems it's all really good standard stuff and good deck. It's a fun deck. Enjoy it, comment any ideas you want to give us for the deck. Is hey, we take ideas.
Always.
Or message us. We'll message you back as soon as we can. Alright, YouTubers. This is Team Blue Falco. I'll get at you with a deck profile another day. Peace.